Hello guys, Showy here playing more Danganronpa. So, last time Alter Ego saved our lives, and now we are under the school in the garbage disposal place. Let us explore a bit. Is that an airplane? How did something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? I wonder. That's a Monokuma, right? That's a rocket and a tank. I'd better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Yeah. What is this? Is it a chair? This is a desk. It's probably one that fell down here with me. Oh yeah, right. Alright. Let's look at the door. Oh no, guys, it's closed. Yeah. God damn it. Getting out of here is gonna be... It's not gonna be that easy. If I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I search for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink? Yeah. The thing is that you can probably break the door with enough time and enough force. So you shouldn't be looking for food, you should be looking for a way out. That's still not enough reason to give up. He seems very pumped up to be still alive, huh? As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. What the freaking hell? For real, Makoto? For real? Who's this idiot? My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. Who was gonna interrupt you? You're in the freaking garbage disposal. Um, that was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left, after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. A full day in this place. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Was it like garbage? Gacrunch. The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched a pile of garbage jostle and form an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from above. What could it have been? I mean, it's garbage, and Kyoko sent it to you probably. Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hands toward whatever it was.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. It's Kyoko! God damn it. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
Yeah, the cup on your head really suits you, Kyoko.
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So,
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you, man. I am glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. Look at her. She looks surprised for the first time in the game. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash.
hey,
First I have something for you. What is it? Food. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Yeah, that really hit the spot. So you still haven't given up then, says Kyoko. Of course not. After all, the fact that I keep going forward is about all I'm good at.
hmm?
That's not such a bad thing to be good at. Alright, wanna talk? But Kyoko, why did you come to rescue me?
So,
To pay a debt. Or no, to atone, says Kyoko. Atone?
you.
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that, you didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However,
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive. Was it not to understand the reason of this place or something? Why did you have to survive?
it's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I had to survive
In other words,
is that I can do what I came to this school to do. Oh. What? Magoto said the same thing that I said. I made my mind to come to Hope Speak Academy for one very important reason. And what is it?
indeed.
That's right, at least I did once.
I.
Until recently, I had forgotten about it. You forgot, but that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. Yeah... Okay.
Huh?
Then,
Makoto.
is that really true? Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us? Yeah, we fell like asleep. I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
Yeah, everybody fainted. She felt a disconnect when she woke up, huh?
It would seem.
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school. Um, what would make you forget all that?
Hey,
It's strange, isn't it? Yeah, it's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
indeed.
I don't think. I am I am positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But what would they want to do that? Because they didn't want her to destroy them, I guess? Maybe? Um, because of her purpose and her abilities, she says. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plan. So the mastermind just stole them from you, huh?
However,
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself the whole time. Yeah, but haven't you gotten them back? How do you know that you lost something if you don't know what you lost? But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask for the rest of us?
why is that?
If I did that, says Kyoko, and we all work as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us.
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind one of us, huh? If she believed that, then of course she wouldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. Why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. Yeah, I guess. I am just too stupid and too naive and too... whatever. Yeah, well, her intuition was right, I guess.
I understand. I should understand everything.
What is wrong with you, man? Why do you talk like
My
that?
goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Oh, that was me talking to myself, right? In my dream. It shaped just like the dream I had before. But why that just happened?
Listen.
Are you okay? Yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never ask you for help the right way, but I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. Um, wanna talk again? You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. How did that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
She says that I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. Good, please tell me. Are you the ultimate detective?
I.
My ability, what everyone should have known me for. The ultimate detective. Yep, I knew it. The ultimate detective.
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope Speak Academy was that there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
So.
Well, it was the headmasters of Hope Speak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he is my father. Oh. Is his name Kirigiri too? Also, wasn't the headmaster in his 30s? So he must have had you very young.
In other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved.
I.
I'll find a way.
Huh?
I.
No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what,
So,
Yeah,
I.
my memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. That makes perfect sense now. Of course, since my whole purpose for coming was to find him, says Kyoko.
However,
But listen, Makoto, says Kyoko. I want to make this perfectly clear, so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I've seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. What did you see there, man?
so.
The room had been ransacked, says Kyoko. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes, says Kyoko. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. Is this some kind of map, says Makoto?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, the room would likely hold more clues,
Correct.
and that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room, huh?
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors, says Kyoko. Oh, alright. So, what was it like? The part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is,
I.
the moment I saw it, I realized. Whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What? What do you mean?
So,
I can't explain it, but you need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important, and really ominous. So, what do we do now? Do I have to talk to her again?
however,
Of course. Well, okay. No. Wait. No, 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 there was more. So,
however,
okay. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. Okay? It has to do with Mukuro Ikusawa, doesn't it?
however,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
anyway,
What can I say for sure? What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusawa was to get me killed. Get you killed?
indeed,
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to throw me out and eliminate me.
correct,
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
that's right,
Exactly. You're free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
in other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. Huh. So the mastermind cannot step in because of the rules, huh? The mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulation, huh?
hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusawa. And what is that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim, says Kyoko. What does that mean? It could have been you, Makoto. Yeah, I mean... I remember that night, kinda.
indeed,
You know what I'm talking about, right? Says Kyoko. Yep. I can hear them, you know. The footstep of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves, says Kyoko. What does that even mean? That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this,
anyway,
which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away, and as I followed it, I saw the shadow get into your room.
correct,
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
however,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct,
And their murderer was disguised and the dojo key wound up in my room. And all has to do the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, huh?
indeed,
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think, says Kyoko. And that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try to kill you, cause they wouldn't interfere, right? But why wouldn't they just kill you directly?
correct,
You're right, there is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seem ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. What does that mean then?
in other words,
It means the mastermind is the one who's been cornered, says Kyoko. What?
Makoto.
Just a little more, says Kyoko. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the ultimate despair. There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. Yeah,
That's right.
what happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they are the ultimate
It
despair?
would seem...
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair, says Kyoko.
Indeed.
Make no mistake, they are the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. What does that even mean? That is our real enemy. 100-mile dash, pain of a junk food junkie. Only 6 people left. Oh well. Because they were never counting Dream Island rocket present. Do you want to save the data? Sure. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused a tragedy 1 year ago. Whose same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now
Anyway...
we have to get out of this horrible place, says Kyoko. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. That was interesting. Well guys, thank you for watching. We will figure out the mystery of this place and how to get out in the next part. See you next time. Please leave a comment, like and subscribe, and goodbye.